Okay.
Welcome. Time for What's Up and About, ladies.
Absolutely. Okay, so what's up and about? We came across a post that of an incident that occurred over the weekend. People were talking about how some caterers don't give food at parties, and a photographer talked about how, in his own case, it wasn't the caterer; it was the bride's younger sister who embarrassed him when he asked for food. He was working for them for about 3 days, starting from the bridal shower. And when he asked for food, she embarrassed him. So he simply ensured she was at the edge of every photo and cropped her out. So when the wedding album was ready, she was nowhere to be found. And so the lady got his number from her sister and calls and says, "What happened, Oga? I did not show you any of the wedding photos." And Uncle said, "I did not know you were part of the wedding."
Wow, I didn't know you were that important. Wow.
Wow. Ouch.
Wow.
Ouch.
First of all, I would like to say that he took... That was
extreme.
That was extreme. He took those liberties based on what? Are you also that important as well? I mean, first off, if you got paid, I'm coming home. My wife's an event planner, and I know the kinds of arrangements that go on before. I know that these vendors, all vendors, get paid at least 60% of their monies before even.
Yeah.
If I pay you, and photographers are not cheap.
Nope.
They are
I mean,
not.
the last event she handled, the photographer got about 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Imagine.
If you get 60% upfront of 1.5 million, you're talking about close to $1 million.
Yeah.
And I invite you over for the D-Day or days. I'm expecting that you're taking care of everything. Your feeding, your stay, and all of that. It should not be my responsibility at that point. My responsibility at that point. That lady perhaps was overwhelmed with everything else, and then you're now bothering me for food. Oga, I cannot handle this now. I have this and this and this to do. Please, you know. His side of the story was that he was embarrassed. Her side of the story was perhaps she was overwhelmed. We haven't heard her side. I take exception to the fact that he would take that liberty and crop a member of my family. If I was a bride, I would take offense and I would not pay him.
Sue him.
I could sue him or not pay him the
So
the rest of his
this is
money.
where I say, well, as you both said already, or you said that you've not heard both sides of the story. I'm not exactly siding with the photographer, but for him to have been that upset,
The food he came to
that
eat.
he came.
Tough.
Do you know how long it takes to edit these pictures most of the time? They will do Photoshop on the skin, cinch the waist of the bride, and deliberately crop out
Individuals.
that is a lot of dedication, and I feel like that is a lot of anger.
That's vitriol.
Whatever happened must have been a lot more than just not giving him food. I'm telling you, she probably did a bit more than not just giving.
There's one thing to attend to your profession like a professional.
Okay.
Because you are emotionally, hurt or something, does not mean that you're going to affect in some way or the other a person's grand day. That was absolutely wrong.
Sure.
And still, still on the case of photographers, I take exception to photographers who, when they deliver your pictures, they have this big watermark on there. Wound photography.
Don't even talk about the watermark.
whoa.
Let me first say my own about this.
Did I pay you to be advertising on my wedding album?
Mazino,
is all the conversation that
somebody
happened
pays
before
you
the
for
day.
an event. Now, have you seen the breakdown of a photographer's bill? There are very good photographers who are very considerate. They will charge you in such a way that they look at you that, okay, I know you, okay. Do you know there are some photographers that still charge less than 100,000 for wedding photos?
Yeah, they're trying to come
There
up.
are.
Well.
And they do it well.
Yeah.
No
That
jokes.
number. I need that number.
Listen, I'm driving at something.
Yeah.
For such a person, even if the person asks for 4 plates of food,
I will
you
give.
will not hesitate.
Of course, definitely.
But in a situation where you've given me your bill,
And it's
your
1 point
bill,
something
do you
million.
know there are some photographers that would, and camera guys that will tell you that they will not have the time to feed because they are busy. So don't worry about feeding me at events. They'll put it as part of their service charge.
Exactly.
Maybe he was one of them. Maybe he has a mentor that does that, but he didn't know the impact or the implication of what he has done. The bride's sister might have recommended a cheaper photographer.
And the bride
I'm
says, "You have
trying
to
to
go
really
with this
widen
guy."
this. Oh.
I get you. I
And
see what
then
you're
the
doing.
bride says, "No, I prefer this photographer."
Mary.
And then she probably saw the breakdown, saw the cost for food he had put. They
are
already
taken
not
care
come to
of.
meet
Oh.
me. When my sister is probably already
down,
No,
sit down.
see, I'm not. My sister is already complaining.
Mary is
to
out
me.
today. Mary is
I'm
not taking prisoners today.
No, but
Our
see,
first
I'm
banter
driving
now.
somewhere. My sister
God.
prepared for 500 guests. We already see like maybe 600 guests.
And you are
coming.
not a guest.
And you
You're
are
a
not a
vendor.
guest. I can see on the list that feeding has been paid for.
Exactly.
And you're not telling me that I'm stressing you. I did not give you
But
food.
guess what happened? Guess what happened?
What?
This is
In your
hypothetical.
case, yes.
Hypothetical.
Okay.
this guy has probably been insulted by this lady to the extent that...
Why is Titi on the side of this photographer?
Look, I've seen so many cases where you be like, photo, or he didn't even snap this thing well. He's probably been overworked, probably been in the sun, probably been dealing with mother-in-law, father-in-law, taking shots all over.
That is his job.
No,
do you know the second set of people that suffer this?
Mary, calm down, I got you.
Let
me say something.
That
now,
these guys
decorators don't get...
I'm coming.
These guys study...
Let me come from a professional
angle. Imagine breaking a part of the decoration.
Mary, hold on.
He's still a human being.
I'm coming. Let me to that. Let me jump on that.
He's still a human being.
To
I'm
answer
not
that,
saying what he did was okay, but he's a
to
human
answer
being.
that, from a professional standpoint, I used to do wedding emceeing. 4 years ago, I stopped. Why? Because I cannot handle it. If it's too hot, get out the kitchen. I'm no longer a wedding MC. I will do your weddings if you pay me the right amount, however. Now listen to this. For the right price, I will take the insult from your in-laws.
Yeah.
I will take the stress and overwhelming responsibility of coordinating the transitions of your wedding, which is not an easy fit for anybody.
Nope.
Because your mother-in-law wants something different from your mother. I've been at a wedding before where I tried to retrieve the mic from a guest whom the groom did not want to speak, and he hit me in the chest in the presence of everybody. And that was the day I said,
Mazino,
no more.
How many times do you go for a wedding? Wedding, no. Forget all these corporate events that they treat you with respect. Many wedding MCs are treated like houseboys, like, go and announce this. So imagine you now go on the mic and you say, what kind of family is this?
Let's bring it back to that photographer.
Yes.
If you cannot handle of it's a customer care service. You cannot be a wedding photographer. Because you will take nonsense.
Look, let's be real.
Do you know that actually probably some brides
the reality is this.
The photographer, please.
The reality is this.
Person. I don't want this person in my picture.
Food. When it comes to food, maybe because of the way I was raised, though, food is not something my mom sees as a big deal.
Yeah,
if you have workers coming home, or you have anything, it's not even about plans.
You give them for the security, you plan for the drivers. So people even create a driver's place.
We are having a wedding. I probably gave my sister instruction. I've put this man's feeding budget in his money. If he should ask you for food, tell him to go and get food. Now, the bride might have just said that casually. And then the bride sister does what? She takes it personal because she knows what they spent on the wedding. And so when Uncle comes and says food, she probably told him that, Shebati, someone for you, we've paid you for the food. Why are you coming for food? And then he feels embarrassed. I can understand if you are upset that somebody did not give you food, but what right have you got to edit the person out of the wedding photos?
Exactly.
How dare you? Do you know what wedding photos mean?
Exactly.
That's
it's
a lifetime record. You now edited, and you know what even upsets me the most? You had the temerity to come on social media.
Who is this guy?
Boast.
What is his name? Let's know so that people are wary of. What is his
There's even another one that made a post.
What is his
that
name?
made a comment. One DMAX Studios talking about how he will edit every other person. You will now leave the person's photo like that.
And they put these things up
And
on
they put
social
this thing
media.
up on
And
social media.
expect people to actually
The guy's name is
patronize
Tobi Oyelami Joel on Facebook, I believe.
Wow, Mary.
Like, how do you do stuff like it's upsetting?
Maybe we should invite him on. You know what,
We
Tobi?
should
If you're out
probably.
there, we should invite you on the show.
Come and tell your side of the story.
Please,
Maybe we'll
Tobi,
get
if
the
you're
bride
listening
sister
to
too.
this, please come on the show. Let's have a Wake Up Nigeria jury.
In fact,
let's have everybody here. We could even have the bride sister as well if we can reach her. We should investigate this and find out exactly what happened and how the family felt after what you did, and if you still feel that what you did was good for you or your market. Because I take offense on behalf of the family.
Yeah.
I think that was
like
absolutely
both of
wrong.
You know the bride.
I don't
know.
know.
There are ways you can go about this. You can get somebody else to go and get you food or something, but crop the person out of wedding photos, lifetime record.
We should go to a break at this point.
I don't vex.
Somebody get Mary a glass of water.
I need it. Glass of juice, cold one, cold press.
If you want to share with us, do share with us. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'd like to know what you think about this audacious attempt by a photographer to ruin somebody's special day. We'll be back.
Hey.